Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Dio Pramudia from Member of Government. Here we are going to giving our argument according to the motion impoverished corruption. As we heard before, the Prime Minister have told that there is a necessary thing about improvising the corruptor, and we totally agree about that. And here I'm going to giving another argument about that. And before that, before I giving my opinion, so I'm going to rebut some a statement from Deputy Leader of Opposition, and he said that opposition tell that impoverished the corruptor is huge, but in fact in Indonesia the death penalty can be done because it's against the human right. And the thing is, poverty, the corruption is the best way so far now. Another argument that I'm going to rebuttal is she tell that children will not having access to get education. They will get malnutrition and lack of food and a lot of unimaginable situation. But in fact, here in Indonesia, as giving another support from opening government statement, the number of impoverishing corruptor is 150%. And the families still have the right to spend their property and use it wisely. So the children will still get well educated, and the family, like their wife, could still spend their money to spend it in a different or use it wisely. And here my argument. In our country, the government seems like really not care about the Indonesia, and the rank of corruption in Indonesia is 96 from 182 countries, and we need to concern about that. We found that the author done it too. I mean, like PNS, in a sector PNS, BUMN, independent constitution, legislative. Some of them have done to do that. What we should do is, we should be agreed that impoverished corruption needs to be exist in our country. So there are a lot of benefit if the improvement corruption is occur, and if it is success. The first one here is about the impact to the society. If our country taking the decision to improve the corruption, our country will easily increase the level of happiness. A trust level of the citizen will increase, because the corruptor will know that the way is the best, very best way to not allowing the corruption happen. And which means it give the citizen trust to the government, how they running the country. Secondly, poverty come really far in Indonesia. Besides that, if the impoverishment corruptor success, the level of corruption itself will decrease, which is giving a profit for the society. Let's say the corruption is gone. Imagine how prosperous our country will be. Without much poverty, and our rights are not to be taken. In addition, the level of trust between citizen and government will increase. Furthermore, the authority that handles the case of corruption can easily give awareness to the society and to socialize that, and the result of corruption can make that person is more and more suffer rather than to the one whom they corrupt. So far explained, improving corruption is the best way that should be released in our country and that should be occur in our country. Third, our team agree that impoverished corruption make them deterrent. You know that if we just only handle the corruption to be in prison, it's less beneficial. It is effective way to corrupt are able to request additional facility and service such as an elegant prison and be able to access their phone. That's the fact we know from the news in our country. It is really unfair if we compare what they did about the corruption, about how much they corrupt the money. The last thing that I really want to say here is we need some treatment about that. That's equal for the corruptor. Even the death penalty for the corruption has been no guarantee here to make them worry. The social punishment like improvise them could make them feel so embraced. Thank you so much.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So here I am as the government whip will restate the argument by the Prime Minister and of course argument of our team government. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Prime Minister said that the corruptor has to be punished by impoverishment because they already stole a lot of money equal to car or houses. So I will explain again about impoverished like the Prime Minister said. So impoverished means to take away their assets in order to make them pay back the amount of money and anything that has been stolen. It is best and fair way to end the action of corrupt, like money or valuable things in our country. Besides that, the corruptor should already know the consequences about how they act previously, right? So the best way is to give them impoverishment. So by giving them impoverishment, they will feel or consider to do the criminal thing like corruption. You know, the corruptor that has brainwashed their mind with selfishness are not afraid of basic punishment such as jail, you know, because of the jail of the corruptor seems like luxurious, it seems like elegant, which is that is a basic punishment to make the corruptor get into the jail, right? So it make them less of fair. That's the point. Then we should know too that the corruptors are not care about the people that taken away from their welfare system. Then the question is why should we care about their property? Why should we care about their asset being taken away to just for only a justification? So from that we could conclude about all of the explanation previously that the only best way to repair all of the damage by environment, the damage by society, is to make the corruptor be impoverished. The purpose is to make them live under the lack of welfare. Then, as the member of government said that the good impact of society, the good impact of the society by impoverish the corruptor is the first about the level corruption will decrease. Of course, the level of corruption will decrease because all of the corruptor will have to impoverish. You know, it means that the level of corruption in our country, which is in Indonesia, could be reduced. So after the corruption has to be reduced in our country, it is reduce our poverty too, right? It is reduce our society poverty too. And the last is the good impact to the society by impoverish the corruptor is increasing level of happiness of society. You know, because of the increasing the level of happiness, the society, it will make the society, the citizen will trust so much to the government, you know, because the corruptor was reduced and it is decreased slowly like that. So that's the point, the three main points about the good impact to the society if we impoverish the corruptor. First is level corruption will decrease. Second is reduce the society poverty. And the last is increasing the level of happiness of society. Then the member of government said that the impoverished corruptor is make the corruptor will death turn rather than get into the jail. Like that. And we are totally agreed about the motion that we should impoverish the corruptor because it will better solution to repair the damage that has been created by the corruptor. Thank you.